Right, so I tried making this like a couple of years ago, and it went awfully. It went absolutely terribly. But this time round, I've actually figured out how to record the screen in a way that isn't awful and terrible and dreadful, and you can actually see it. Last time it looked completely black the whole time, but now you can actually see some stuff. And I thought I'd just fly around and show you everything because I've had a right hassle with my microphone today and all of yesterday as well, but it started working again, so we can get back to trying to make videos like every other day. And I thought I'd just fly around and show you this world. I've been making it for about five years or so. So yeah, anyways, here's the start. 10 points if you can figure out if you can see any of the spelling mistakes. I do that quite a lot. So you can start there, and you've got a couple of different routes that you can take. You can go left towards the capital, or you can go right towards these things over here. You're gonna see things floating around in the sky like the whole time, because there's a whole bunch of assets. Like, I refer to them as assets because like I copy and paste them with WorldEdit, and I put them all over the place. And I'm thinking towards the end I might fly around in the sky and show you some of the assets directly, because all of the ones you'll see around here, they're baked into the environment, they're piled up and stuff. Ooh, I don't know what that noise was. Where we're going? Are we going left or we're going right? If we go right, this is towards the secret area. It's towards the confusing castle. It's very confusing. Ooh, I heard another noise. I'm not sure. Wait, ooh, what? Ooh, a rabbit? There's very few NPCs kicking about for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but they don't really spawn around here. There's a villager that managed to get to the top of a house, and he's on the edge of one of the balconies. He's stood on one of these things like this, I think. But I can't remember where he is. So we'll just keep on going. I have a big medieval castle type thing going on. Some of these textures are missing because I've got the HD texture pack. A lot of people think that the default Minecraft texture is absolutely horrific. But I'm like 50 million years old, so I don't mind it. This is just kind of what it looked like for me. Ooh, I heard someone make a honk noise there. There must be an NPC somewhere. I like this little spot right here, this little indentation in the wall. There's a little leaf over there. I wanted to focus on making it very vertical. Ooh, there's more NPCs. You see, they're a bit weird though. They're all kind of stuck on the same spot or something. Some redstone in the ground. Again, I use WorldEdit. I have like I've got these wands. They're called wands because, well, they're called paintbrushes because they look like paintbrushes. And you can basically, how do I do this? I haven't done this in a really long time. What do I even click? Oh, that's what we do. And you can go like brush, sphere, sand, and then you can go from like 1 to 6. Actually what I'll do is I'll go brush, sphere, stone, 3. And then you can go like that. And then you can also go and type undo. You can get rid of it. You could also, in theory, go brush sphere, and then 3, but could like do that. But then we could also say mask grass block, and then it would just get rid of the grass block specifically. I've got like a really basic bitch world edit mod installed. Like there's other extensions you can get. I'd recommend World Painter, although I've never actually used it, but I made this whole island by making big sandballs and then dropping them into the ocean, and I would not recommend it, to be honest. There's a whole bunch of sea kelp, and it's been an absolute hassle, mate. We'll build it up, and then there's all these like little holes in the ground, you know, and it's just you gotta like manually fill them, because if you make a cylinder and then you're trying to fill them in, they're gonna fall. But then the sea kelp deletes the sand blocks when it falls on top of it, so you just end up in this repetitive. Oh my god, it's such a hassle. It's such a hassle. But anyways, you go up here, and we're heading towards the confusing castle. Sorry if you can hear my keys. It's the confusing castle. There's chests hidden all over the place, because again, I'm like a million years old, and I'm inspired by the Hunger Games trend that happened 50 years ago. I'm still here trying to do it. There's a little house. Let's have a wander in here. Let's see what's in here. Turn my hands off so that you can get a better view of everything. Oh, this house is being messed up. I should probably block this one off, if anything. This happens quite a bit. But, you know, I'd say this is up to, like... This world isn't up to beta status yet. It's still in alpha stages, so there's a lot of detailing and stuff that needs to be done. Those are my favourite kinds of doors, just in case you're wondering. You'll see them ones a lot. There's a whole theme. I was meant to make like a whole other island over there, and they were gonna be like at war with each other, and that's why these houses are destroyed. It's almost as if they've been like sailing past. They've been doing drive-bys with pirate ships, and they've been shooting big cannonballs at the houses, and that's why some of them are destroyed. Did a block just disappear there? I don't know if it did. But we'd head up here. You can go through this little crevice. There's a floating island over there. It has this whole challenge map theme, you know. You can go up here. And there's a few entrances into the confusing castle, but it's very confusing. It's very confusing, bear in mind. But if you make your way through there, you could potentially pop out here. That's a route you can take. The whole map is designed with this idea in mind. That whenever you're heading towards something, you get thrown in the opposite direction. You can never really go anywhere that you want to go. But either way, you're meant to get through this door. And then you could head left into the icy caves over there. You can see there's a little cave. Or you can head over here. And this is essentially the secret area. Well, I'll show you it anyways, even though it's a secret. There's another castle you can go in. And you'd head down here. Woo! It's a little bit windy. We've got a red sandy floor. We're not fully, this is a little bit in development, this part apparently. Where am I going? Where are we going? Ah, here we go. This is the only, pardon me, sorry, this is the only snowy area. And this actually, the theme of this area is that they're digging out this big sea temple. But again, it's a little bit underwhelming because I haven't really, there's many parts where I haven't quite got around to doing it. I haven't been working on this like every day of my life for the past 5 years, but I have definitely went on every few months and tried to sort it out, do a little bit more. That house design's a little bit wacky. That one's a little bit over the top, I think. Got a big metal gate here cutting you off from going this way. I really like these houses with like these ground level basements. I think they're really interesting. I probably shouldn't be going in these houses, to be honest. Some of them are like, we need to fix that up. We'll do all that later though, I'm not going to waste your time doing that. It's a little bit dark as well, some of the environments are flipping through. If I wanted you to come in here, I would sort it out. But, ooh, brickwork. This is very rare, to be honest. There's a window with bricks behind it over here. And a really edgy room's place. A lot of these places are a little bit underdeveloped. I'll probably save the interiors for when I'm just flying around and showing you the assets. Oh, let's go, let's get going, let's get going. We're going, we're zooting, we're skadooting. I designed these trees. These are copy and pasted. I rotate them around to try and make them look more unique. You can tell me how effective that is. This is another thing that I do as well. Sometimes I'll make a house, right? This is a little tip. I'll make a house and then I'll flip the asset and I'll paste it on the other side, and you end up with an asset like that. In this instance, I believe that's symmetrical, but I've removed the staircase from that one. There's some chicken in there. Again, it's meant to be like a Hunger Games map, so there's a bunch of food and weapons and stuff for you to hunt down the other players and try and win the game. There's also speedrunning elements to it as well. There's a bunch of there's emeralds and there's also diamonds hidden around. I can barely remember where they are, to be honest. That's a lovely little house, isn't it? I think, is that the same one as before? Yeah, it is. But that's an example of like the singular house. Let's have a little wander in here, actually. You know, I really like these little balcony things that I've got going on. The environment's in this one as well. And there's snow in this one. That might even melt and fill the house up with water, I think. Or maybe not, I can't really remember. Yeah, it's a big house. This one's interesting, isn't it? I said I wasn't going to go inside the houses, but I do try and decorate them internally because, like, you know, with World Edit, you can basically make the interior and then you only have to make it one time. Those are trapdoors up there. That's sort of like a secret lighting technique, so I think the light goes through there. They might have changed it since, but to the best of my knowledge, that does still work. And also, it just creates like a unique aesthetic on the ceiling. This one's a little bit wacky. This one's got like some sea temple stairs or something. I think they are. Yeah, I like that design. We've got a little table with a skull on it. Got some hay bales. Here's the other side of this. And scoot up there. There's a big housing estate along this mountain ridge. I don't like the new flying mechanics. I say that they're new. They probably changed it like 15 years ago. Again, I'm a million years old, so like, I remember when this game had sheeps, and that was about it. This side is a little bit underdeveloped. There's some sort of thing going on over here that we haven't quite done anything with. They're being copy and pasted under the water. I don't think they actually connect to the bed of the floor. Oh, they do. This sea kelp, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you don't want to like drop sand into the ocean. Because they just destroy the sand blocks and it creates a right mess about. I like that little congestion of houses over here. I like the way that looks. These big castle things or assets as well. These are copy and pasted. You'll sometimes see stuff like this. It's like I've tried to develop a new house over here, but I've like looked at it and I've went, nah, don't really like this. A lot of them have similarities. I've got like little building regulations that I like to put into them, so they're all very similar. That one's got a little anvil hanging off it. Oh, what's happened here? What in the... what is that? Huh. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, you know, sometimes I do things and I just don't know why I do them, to be honest. Again, I've also built it over the course of like 5 years, so there's some things that didn't really make much sense to begin with, and apparently they never will. We've been over here. There's a whole bunch of assets over there. No, I won't get into that just yet. I'll show you the rest of the things. This was actually the first area I developed, so it's a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. Like, as I got better at world editing stuff and I started to learn how everything worked, the scale just got relentlessly bigger. There are ways to traverse this whole area. Ooh, a chest over there. What's in this chest, do you think? We've got an iron sword and an apple. There's normally duplicates of weapons but lower classes, so that if somebody else finds the chest, they'll probably leave the wooden sword and then you could find the wooden sword. That's why that's there like that. I'll show you the map as well, because there is a map house. I think they could make the construction of maps a lot easier. I think it's really obnoxious to make the maps. It's an absolute hassle. You gotta fly all. Voice crack. You gotta fly like all over the place. Ooh, do you know what? Do you know what, mate? I remember this. There's a little secret. Look at that. There's an iron door there. Watch this, mate. If you jump through this this location here, see, because you can't get in, but you can't get back out. So if you pass through there, you'll miss the fact that there's a sneaky little lever hidden inside of this mushroom, right? There it is, look at that. Right? Right, watch this, man. Watch this, man. Look at it. It opens up. I built that, man. I built that, man. It's like a little metal door that opens up. It's like zoot, and it opens up. That took ages, mate. You wouldn't believe how much work it took. You wouldn't believe it, man. Redstone's so complicated on this game. Like, you think you know it, and then you don't. This is like a little secret, there's like a bunch of little secret places in the map. This is the only place where there's an elder dragon head. Apparently these textures have, since been messed up, like. I need to get a new texture pack. It's like a little secret. It's like this guy tried to, like, assassinate one of the kings or something, you know. I can't remember, but there's a bunch of, I've wrote it like, there's like a little universe kicking about, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of little Dark Souls style. Yeah. Aye. I'm not gonna show you it though. Aye, that's that, like. It's like some dude's little sneaky hideout. I'm gonna go and close this. I'm planning on, you know, like uploading this seed or this save file onto some kind of website at some point, so that you could potentially go and download it. That's my goal. I played this game called Total Miner when I was like 9 years old, and they had these online functionality components where like anyone could join your world, and you could give them permissions so that they could like walk around, and they could potentially open chests and stuff and open doors, but they couldn't take anything and they couldn't break blocks. And I made so many friends playing that game. I loved it, mate. I'd love it if Minecraft had a thing like that, but I can understand why. I think it's to protect like the youngins and that play the game. That's why, like, it's just like a friends list thing. I think they're trying to remaster Total Miner or something. I think a bunch of people bought it. I think he was called Rocket, the guy that made Total Miner. That game was fucking sick, mate. Oh, sorry, I'm not meant to swear actually. I'm trying to watch my language because I'm worried about a couple of youths watching this video. Yeah, we're going round here. But yeah, I really like Total Miner. That was a great game. He was in like a race with Minecraft to release a day and night cycle, and he ended up losing the battle. And then Total Miner fell into obscurity. It's a tragic tale, mate. It's a tragedy. It's an absolutely tragic tale. I think he knew. He saw it coming. Like, he knew for a fact that if they released Minecraft, it was over for Total Miner. And I mean, I also personally moved from Total Miner to Minecraft. Minecraft is just peak, you know. Ooh, there's a little spot over here. There's a little barrel. A golden axe. Couple of skulls. There's a big skull up here as well, if you look at that. Oh man, does anybody else remember when like you could fly directly towards where you were looking, so you could sprint really quickly? Does that look like a skull? Does anybody think it looks like a skull? Because that's what it's meant to be. This is this is meant to be like a really confusing tower. You've got 4 different exits you can go through. Well, one of them's blocked off there, 2 of them are blocked off. Labeled A, B, C, D, and you've got to go like up and through all these places and that, and it's like a really wacky tower. This is like an armament thing, that's why you got to go like that through it. There's a big dome over here, because when you get your hands on World Edit, you just start doing all kinds of wacky stuff. There's a little hole in the side as well, but there's nothing inside of it. I mean, I'll fly and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. There's another dome over here that I did incorporate into the map, but it's a little bit underwhelming. These spaces are a little bit liminal, like, it's scary in here, isn't it? Like, just, like, you know what I mean? That's weird, that. That's weird as hell. Where we're going. I like this whole little village up here. It's like an elevated village. I think you would actually... Ooh, I got caught in a flag. I think you'd come through here somehow or another from this general direction. I haven't been on Minecraft in like a good while currently. It's been like a good 6 months or something since I've opened up this world. It's really weird. It's kind of liminal sometimes when I come in here. It's like this massive lived-in world, but it's just completely empty. And I'm the only person that knows about it. But now you also know about it. You're technically familiar with it as well. Just me and you, mate. Nobody else. And always me and you. Me whispering in your ear. Ooh, this is a big, like, balcony thing. Well, it's not really a balcony, but you can actually walk through here now that I'm seeing that. I really like this like Victorian era style overhang thing. Like the houses get bigger and they've got more space as they climb higher. I'm a really big fan of that. You can kind of see it on that house there. It's a little bit of an ominous stone thing there. Run through here. I don't normally record really long length things like this because they take up loads of space, but I normally use a replay buffer. I learned about them from General Sam on YouTube, who's a really funny guy. I like the podcast as well. I like Forehead Fables. I think they're thinking about rebranding it to something else. I heard them talking about that. So maybe you're watching this and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go and listen to that podcast and see what this dude's talking about. And it's just called something completely different. He does it with this guy called Poop. It's a bit of an odd name choice, like, but you know, everyone to their own. Oh, that house is a little bit imposing, isn't it? Well, this one doesn't look like it's gonna have its assets. It's not gonna have anything intruding inside of it. We'll have a little deek. It's a little bit empty, like it looks like someone's about to move in or something. Yeah, they're not really meant to be empty. I was meant to decorate the interior before I copy and pasted it, but I forgot to. That's a little tip. You can put trapdoors on the windows and they're like little wooden window shutter things. Do you know, like on the Yellow Brick Road thing when there's actually a big storm and they're all swinging around in there. Looks like that. And they close them, but they just swing open anyways. You can also put flowers on the front of them as well. That's a pretty interesting way of like bedazzling up your windowsills. Oops. Oh. Hang on a second. Yeah, you can. You can click the middle mouse button to do that. I'll just do that as well. Yeah, they're pretty spacious. I also use slabs on the ceilings to create these like skirting board-esque things. I think that's quite nice. It's quite nice. That's a That's like a mega build that was based on it was inspired by Anno Londo from Dark Souls. That's what those big arch things are. It's like it goes all the way around and it's got multiple layers. So we'll fly over there. We'll have a little look inside. I'm not just gonna, treat you like that. I'm not gonna give you a little glimpse and then not show you. And this is an attic space thing. This is a little bit clunky, the design of this. But I kind of thought, I was like, I might as well. I think the reason it's clunky is because of these big windows. But let's go. Let's take a look. We'll fly away from here, I think. We'll just fly away. That house looks really big. Is that not just like the same house? No, it isn't. But yeah, I really like the ground level basement things. There's a skull floating around just up there. What else have we got around here? That's actually my favourite asset. This house right here. It's like a slightly fortified residential home. Because it's meant to be like a militant society kind of thing, like the warring all the time. So even the houses are like little medieval castles. That's why they've got like, these little protruding things that they can shoot arrows out and stuff and take cover. Someone said at some point, I was watching this video about building on Minecraft, and someone said you should try and come up with a little story. And like that actually helps out loads. That helps out a lot with building everything. You might see some little things like this. I call these stencils because I've used this tool, the axe, in order to do that. You see that first position set to whatever. I'll do that, and then I'll go down here and I'll have another one down here. So you can like hit that one and then you can right click the one up there and then left click this one. And then you can copy and paste it, and then when you paste it you can type like paste -A, and then all the A blocks involved in that like big cube, that 3D cube, will be removed. Because like if you don't do that, then like you'll make like these cutouts around it, and then you'll have to manually fill them in. Otherwise, if you just type -A, you can sort of insert them into the environment, like how I've done with all of these things here. And then you'll get like little organic things like this that are really easy to do this. I think my voice keeps breaking because I'm like leaning all the way down to try and talk into my microphone. I think I've brought this up in like every video I've made, but like I haven't got a mic stand or a mic clamp or whatever, so I'm like leaning all the way over. There's a castle over there. That was the first castle I made. Do you want to go there? Do you want to go there? We'll go here first. I'll just show you this. Yeah, it's a pretty big structure, this thing. This is sort of like the perimeter of where like you can tell, because it's very Alpha X. There's just one little house over here. Yeah, this whole area is like not really developed yet. There's a couple more assets over here floating around in the sky. They're all pretty colossal, them as well. They're really big. But yeah, I mean, I'll show you. I'll do a little drop for scale. That's a gigantic tree on the top. My computer's dying loading all this at the same time. I've got it on like max settings, and I've also got it set up to the max draw distance and stuff. But anyways, yeah, we're at around about the top of it now. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's definitely pretty tall. I really like this this entrance. It's very imposing. Let's get in there. So like I said before, it's like a spiral thing. It's like a big town built up around this big mound. This big mound, sorry. A lot of these aren't actually like completed properly. Again, I should have put I should have done all of this before I pasted it into the environment, but you know, you win some, you lose some, it's whatever, it's whatever. It's all very big, it's very imposing. There's a magic staircase over here. It goes down there a little bit. There's some hidden chests and stuff. Then you'd you know, run across this magic floating staircase and stuff. This big tree root kind of blocks off that side, or it's meant to. I guess you can actually just jump across, like. Again, not everything's super set in stone, it's still like in development. It gets a little bit darker in here. Because all these trees are like growing up and like going up there. What was that over there? That was nothing. There's a couple of lights hanging from the ceiling and such. That's some dude's chimney. Little chimney pot. You can see that there's like every single Minecraft build tip on YouTube incorporated into all these houses. And this house right here, this one is like a little, this is, you know, I'm thinking about kind of keeping this here because it lets you like, well actually you kind of meant to, because like, but this is basically like the whole mechanic behind the, this is how I built this whole thing. I would go up and down on like different levels, and I'd copy and paste things and I'd rotate them and like send them around and stuff. That's like how I'd done all of that stuff, just in case you thought I was like manually placing all these blocks. Like, I'm definitely not. I did do that for a really long time. I've spent a really long time building on console and stuff. I'd manually place every single block. But and I'd love to show you, like, man, I've put hundreds of hours into building in Minecraft, and it's all just disappeared. It's all fallen victim to like corruption and dead consoles and theft and all kinds of stuff. And I put hundreds and hundreds of hours in, and then it just, no, I can't click properly. I was working out earlier, sorry. I've just got vice grips or whatever. You can squeeze them to make your wrists bigger. Aye man, it's all gone now. I've made some really cool stuff, and I made it completely manually with my bare hands. I placed every single brick, and it's all just gone. It's completely gone. This is a nice asset, isn't it? There's something right behind it, I think. Are these like connected, do you think? Or did I just accidentally like connect these? Oh yeah, this is like an entire big structure thing on its own. Man, this is pretty cool. I actually really like this right here. It isn't fully figured out, like, by the looks of it. Well, do you know what? Actually, I think I might have been like mid doing this, and then I just turned the game off. I think I was meant to like put that down one brick, and I've just like accidentally not done that. So this whole thing's kind of messed up, to be honest, but it's whatever, it's whatever. What's that say? Ooh, that looks like a big scary face, doesn't it? The scary eye bridge, aye, that's what it is, aye. It does look like a big scary face. Let's have a look around. What else have we got? I really like L-shaped buildings, right? I really like that. Like if you look at them from on top, this one's sort of got like an X shape, but that's what they look like. I've been trying to do some stuff like that. Ooh, spang me knee. Ooh, I really like this how this is like cut off from here. That's really cool. There's some foundations over there. I think I'm meant to be building like another castle over here, but I haven't really started. I was gonna say this is this building, but on a 45-degree angle. And it looks a little bit choppy right this second, but you know when you make buildings, when you do that with the buildings, you can put a bit of work into them. And then when people look at them, they're just like, whoa, how in the hoof and heft did this guy build this? This looks so wacky. How autistic is this person that he's able to do this? But obviously, I mean, there's these holes and stuff in it at the moment, so it doesn't look really all that good. But like, it's got character, you know. It's something. And like I said, it's this building here, but on a 45-degree angle. Oh, I'm contorting myself like a contortionist right now in order to do this. What's this building look like? We've got a... Ooh, that's a very big, complex staircase. What does that look like? Oh. Ooh. Well, I guess you go up there, around here, up there. These balconies look pretty cool, don't they? Yeah, and then you can go around and stuff. There's another stencil over there. I think that's for that house over here. That might have been the one that we went in before. I think it is, yeah. There's a bridge asset over there just floating about on its own. Man, that asset's pretty cool. There's some cool things around here, like I like how big these are. Again, like it's got the whole Elizabethan thing going on where they get like, you know, like bigger as they go. And like, again, if you're like, if you're looking for like, if you're trying to mix up your builds and that, take your assets and just like flip them and combine them. Try stacking them up on top of each other as well. That's what I've done there. Or I basically took like half of it and then copy and paste. Like I went like probably copied it from like here and then went down to like there. And then I probably copied it from like this position and then I was like paste, 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 paste or something, you know. And that's how we get like stuff like that that's like really repetitive, but like it looks super industrial. Like when people see this, they don't really realize that like you use mods to do it, so that they just think you've got super autism and you can just build this with your bare hands. There's some little... Oh, it's a little staircase thing. I think that's part of... that's from that house over there. What's this thing right here? What's this? Oh, that's a cool little thing. Bridge asset thing. Again, I think I used that somewhere. Oh man, this is pretty cool as well. I think I might have said this was cool before. I like that. That's cool as hell. Ooh, he has the this is like on the castle. It's a big cog wheel. It's got like a big chain that attaches to it, and it goes up to this tower, and it's meant to be like used to move this gate up and down, but I don't have any crazy mods that would allow us to do that. He has a little insertable staircase thing. You can only access that side from up here apparently. Oh, you can't swap over actually. Yeah, I've been trying to make a bunch of stuff like that in recent time to just mix up the world and make it more weird to navigate. He has a really long-tailed version of that asset that you've seen kicking about all over the place. This is like a big armament that exists over there. Yeah, stuff like this is really useful just for like, you can sort of place these around and then you can copy and paste other things sporadically around it and sort of in it. And that helps just create a real, just all kinds of wacky stuff. Oh my god, I love this house, man. This is, I'll fly through here with you. We'll have a little look. That's a little bit strange, but we've got some bushes on the outside. What's happened here? There's some wacky stuff going on. Yeah, I like spiral staircases also, you've probably noticed. What? I think this house asset specifically is a little bit... Oh, what? That one's... Yeah, with like... Do you know what? This is like a couple of houses pasted into each other. This isn't actually the main one. This is like a combination of that house and something else. It's two of these houses combined together, I think. It is, yeah. There's a big statue thing over there. I'll actually show you some of the assets now, I think. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of houses around here that I'm not that bothered about. Sometimes I've doubled them up and stuff, because I just like, can't be bothered to fly all the way to the other side of the map. There's another thing you can do, you can get like a clipboard mod for World Edit, so that you can basically name the assets that you create, and then you could like go through the clipboard and paste them from there, which I'd probably recommend doing that, to be honest. Yeah, some of these are a little bit experimental. I seen this house earlier on in the map itself. That's two of them stacked up together. This one's proper wacky, this little chunky house thing. It's very like unorthodox compared to the rest of the architecture around here. It's a little bit clunk as well. There's a lot of clunk around here, I'll say that. I like to do that as well. I have like different iterations of the same house, like that's the same one, but it's got like, this one has an extended balcony roof thing. That's lovely, that little house, isn't it? Man, I would love to live in this thing IRL. That's lovely, that little house. Let's have a little look inside. We've got some little plants. We've got some flowers on the windowsill. This is a pretty good shout out. You can hide lighting inside of there. We've got a table. A couple of banners. Some of these beds are missing for some reason. This, I need to make a backup because I think this save might be getting a bit dodgy. especially with world edit and stuff. Can you not fly out there? Nah, you can't. We'll have to go out the front door. What have we got here? What have we got? What have we... this is meant to be the capital. It's meant to be like a really dense part of the town. That's where that statue is, that big dude with a skull shield on his back. That's what he looks like. I'm not very good at like pixel art and sculptures. I see people doing that and I think it's really cool, but like, I'm just not that guy. I'm not a 64-bit pixel art guy. I've tried doing it like on Photoshop and I'm just terrible at it. This place is, I might have already said this like 50 times, but like, this place is a little bit underdeveloped. The majority of the places are a little bit underdeveloped. Everything besides that place over there, which is the place we started, is pretty much underdeveloped. We've got like a generalized idea of like how we want it to be, but there isn't really a whole bunch of nuances and stuff. It's kind of simplistic and basic. You know what I mean? Like, you can walk through it like this. There's basic pathways and stuff, but all the routes kind of just amount to nothing. There is some turtles over here, if I remember correctly. There they are, there they are. He's called Nynx and he's called Paul. Paul's my favourite, personally. What's in this chest up here? A diamond, speedrun tech, and a cookie. This is technically the starting area. Like, if you went left at the beginning, you'd end up here. There's a cave down here. There's something in there, I guess. This is the graveyard, but these don't really look like graves. They kind of just look like stone bricks. And that's the mushroom thing is around here. That mushroom door. Yeah, it's a lot more like vertical than it is horizontal. There's a lot of things where you can go in them and then you'll end up like, there'll be little routes inside of them and you can go up like really tall structures and stuff. I was gonna show you the map house. I'll show you the map house real quick. Also, actually, I might show you something else real quick first. Actually, no, we'll go here. We'll go here first. We'll go here first. This is a little forest biome, right? And this is a little bit boring, but if I can find it, I think it's like round here. It's towards this side. Is it? Yeah. Mate, watch this shit. What? What? Oh, 1 second. What's happened here, man? Mate, watch this. Watch this. This, man. Mate, when I was like packed, mate. Right, the idea is that you like step. Actually saw this because I was from the beach. So I remember, this guy. They get the But yeah, there's like a secret little lift, fully functional lift that goes into this tree. And there's some iron armor up here. Man, that was... I won't make you listen to that again, but... It probably tanks my frame rate, like... But it's cool as out, isn't it? That's like the coolest thing I've ever seen on Minecraft. And then I was gonna show you. I remember it's next to this bridge. Is that it right there? Yeah, it is. You can tell because it has a sign saying map house! Exclamation mark. And this is what the whole map looks like. This is it, yeah. That's the whole thing. That's the big secret area in the bottom left. In the bottom right, sorry. This technically isn't fully up to date. Like there's more on the left side. That big bridge in the top left is like... It kind of seems like it does, but it doesn't. There's a lot more land to the top left than what you'd think. But anyways, I thought, I think that's about enough. Actually, I think like now that I'm thinking about it, I could fly around and show you some more of the assets, but I mean, it's probably getting a bit long as it is, so I think I'll leave it about there. Cheers for watching that, mate. Bye.